Greetings from the Coesit Inn. It is Tuesday night. We're here on the Spotlight Series, the Rhode Island Wave. I have two guests tonight. One is a returning guest, Adam Carbone.
Hello.
One is new to us in a way, though we've seen your work before. Sissy O'Hara, welcome to the Spotlight Series.
Thanks for having us.
Now, the last time you were here, you talked about the Linda Eldridge show. Mm-hmm. And how did that go? I know you were up for some awards. You've been put some shows together.
Yes. Yeah, so where we left off with that, we ended up shooting 5 episodes in total, and we up for a lot more awards in many other festivals, and we're still in the contention for a lot of those. And then we ended up doing a spin-off called The Garden of Wonder, which is coming out on February 22nd, which is just like an evolution of that show with celebrity interviews, linked into that. So we shot about 7 episodes so far of that. So that's going very well. And since then, we've just been promoting this movie now. We just started. Oh, secret. Oops, I jumped the gun.
It's all right. We'll get there.
Sorry, Dad.
Sissy, you're new to our show, but tell us a little background of yourself.
Let's see. You want me to start at the very beginning? I was born in Lion Inn Hospital, Providence.
So was I.
Me too.
Really?
Actually, my mother told me that I was her second child, that I shot out of her like a rocket. And thankfully, the obstetrician played football at Notre Dame, and he caught me like a football.
Wow.
But I have just passed my 11th year working in the film industry. I have done some theater along the way. Actually, I started off in theater when I was a kid. I went to all-girl high school in downtown Providence, St. Xavier's, for 2 years, and really involved with theater and music. My best friend and I used to play guitar and harmonize at folk mass every Sunday back in the day.
Nice.
And then I had to work to make a living and raise kids. And I got a really bad injury, and I was literally on the couch for 7 years. And when I heard the possibility of a wheelchair, I'm like, I got to make a change. And I thought about what I wanted to be when I grew up, what my answer was when I was a kid, and it was a nun or a movie star.
Okay.
I fell into film, and I've been doing pretty well. I'm now a member of SAG.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've been eligible for years, but I love the indie world. I love the creativity. I love the, you may be a supporting actor, but if they need somebody holding the boom mic, you're over there in wardrobe holding the boom mic. I just love the creativity of it. But I landed a principal role in The Boston Strangler that's going to be released St. Patrick's Day on Hulu. I got the role of one of the victims. So I have no lines, but still it's a principal role, so that's a huge step.
Yeah,
in my career.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And I've known Adam almost from day one. We met at a place in Providence called the Brooklyn Coffee and Tea House, that they would have a short film critique night, and I met him there, and it was like, we're going to be working together forever. That's all there is to it. And
here we are.
And here we are.
Well, great. You guys got together, and I think it's great when you find someone that clicks, and you're thinking the same thing, but can challenge each other as well, artistically.
Oh, yeah. And we have the same senses of humor, too. Like, we get it immediately, because what we do is really out there, as you've seen, but we connected over that right away, and she gets it. Because some people don't. It can be crazy.
Wait a minute. I'm old enough to say that I originated. I was the one who created it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I grew up with 5 brothers, so it's no holds bar when it comes to guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So tell us about the movie.
Yeah. So the film is called Poor Paul. It's about a guy named Paul whose mother recently passed away. And he inherits 500,000 frequent flyer miles that she didn't use up, which obviously in real life I don't think that works. I don't think you get them like that. But in my crazy
could start a trend.
Yeah, exactly. So my character inherits them, and he has to use them up. And he also gets $18.5 million, but he has to either get married or when he turns 40. His mom wants to make sure that he's responsible and like kind of out of his partying days before he gets that money. So that's just like a side note that we don't really think about for a bit. But in the meantime, he has this 500,000 frequent flyer miles, so he decides to take his best friends on a trip around the world. Jason and Clyde, played by Abhi Sinha and Nick Pasqual, and I decide to take them around the world, and they're all like excited about it, and our journey begins, and it but it gets to a abrupt halt in Italy, where we meet this man named Leonardo and his daughter Lucia, played by Stephen O'Neill Martin and Courtney Danforth, Rhode Island natives. And we meet them, and they say, "Oh, stay over our house," and whatever. And then we wake up, can't get out, door's locked, and that's kind of where I'll leave it.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
You completely forgot most important part of Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zia Roberta.
Oh yeah. Well, she played.
And that's what I've been seeing. I come
He was
here.
cutting you out. I wasn't going to let that go.
No, I didn't want to give away too much of the. I mean, is it really a reveal? I don't know. No, I mean, no. That's the main concept of the film. So it's a forced wedding. So Leonardo finds out that he's going to get this $18.5 million. So he forces Paul to marry his daughter, and that's kind of where everything starts. And she plays Leonardo's sister, who's like a little bit crazy, but you kind of find out like a little like you think she's really crazy to begin with, but then as you find out, it's like, wait, she could be in on this with these people, because they're really all out there and they're like delusional, and my character's just trying to have a good time with his friends, and they have like this whole thing that they planned out, and we have to escape. And so it all takes place, like a lot of it is in Italy at the house. We shot it at Sprague Mansion in Cranston.
And I think we have a clip. We'll take a look.
It feels like just yesterday I couldn't pay rent.
I left you 500,000.
500,000?
Frequent flyer miles.
And now,
The sum of $18.5 million will be dispersed to Paul.
Sweet!
I'm going on a trip around the world
You've got an extra ticket.
with my boys.
To Deutschland!
To Italia!
It's much too late for you to leave, and it's so far back to town.
We really should be going, Clyde.
No. No, you will stay.
I'm getting a little scared. That Luigi guy, he really creeped me out, and the way Leonardo looked at him, did you see that?
Today, you will marry my daughter, Lucia.
What?
She will become your Cecilia, and she will have a good life.
I do.
When in Rome.
You are still being chased by this Marinara Mafia?
I want no casualties.
Stop it! Siri, abort takeoff! Mayday! Mayday! This is Rescue WD-40. We're under attack! You got fantasies too? Fantasy? What are you talking about?
What's gonna happen to Jason and Clyde? I'm going to be a famous actress, like Amber Heard, Tom Cruise.
This reminds me of The Conjuring 2.
What the heck? Kardashian. Yeah.
Watch it.
What's the clip that you sent?
That was the trailer. The trailer took from, yeah. So you could kind of see how things get crazy. Like it starts off normal and fun, and then just totally insane. And this is something that the director, Michael Beyer, wrote with me 10 years ago. And it's based on a 2008 web series called Poor Paul. And the characters are loosely based on this web series. And we just kind of took it and ran with it and made a feature film. And we went through various stages of production over the last 10 years to make it at different levels of budget. And we got to a certain point when it's always the star game. Like, you can't make this movie unless you have a star. And it was always like, it's just one of those things that's like, it kind of gets frustrating after a while. And we said, let's just make this. Let's just do it with whatever we have and whoever we know. And that's when we start making the calls. We call Sissy here, we call some other friends, and we're team players, and we're like, let's just do this thing. And that's what we did.
You've got a star.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. No, but it's really we're getting there. But
you're a star now. You're on the Rhode Island wave.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding?
Yes,
We're all celebrities now.
Yeah, so it kind of just evolved. Like once we started calling everybody, then it kind of like the positive energy that we put into it, it just produced more positive energy. And people that weren't involved at the beginning came back and they're like, oh, I want in. And we got people from LA, all over the place. Pittsburgh, Iowa, they all came in because they see that we're doing something cool. And they're like, we can't not be part of this.
And you've got all those people coming in. And when I watched the trailer and some of the secret stuff you sent us, I see like there's shots from all over the world now. And you're telling me, where is it shot?
Yeah, it's all shot in Rhode Island. Which is the cool thing, because there's a lot of locations here that you wouldn't even think was in Rhode Island. Like we are in Iraq in the movie, we're in Italy, we're in France, we're in Germany, all over the place. And it took a lot of pre-production. Like, I mean, how long we were doing like wardrobe checks and location scouts? It was like months. It was from like March to June of just like feet on the ground doing it, because on bigger budgets you have that paid for and people that do that, but it's all of us just getting in there and getting dirty, which none of us mind because we just want to make this
I love
thing.
it. Yeah. I love it. I need another feature film because it's like going to boot camp for 6 months. After, like usually the 15 days, the setup, the filming, and the clean out afterwards, I've dropped 10 pounds. I've got muscles back that I don't know where they went, but they decided to return. It's a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah. And you need team players.
You love every second. Yeah. And the friendships that you form over, it's like, by the end of a film, you either love them or you hate them. That's all there is to it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's yours. It's your location that you saw. It's not just opening up a tour guide book of, okay, you're going to go here, you're going to go there, you're going to... like I see some of the big actors that have come to Rhode Island over the years, and there's been a lot of them. And I think to myself, well, if you're down in Roger Williams Park or you're at Aldridge Manor or wherever they might be, are they really seeing what they see? Or are they just showing up, getting out of the trailer, shooting a scene, and going about their business? So you guys are living where you're shooting.
Yeah. I mean, we know it inside and out, which is a really cool thing. And some people, like, they want to see the state. That's a cool thing, too. It's like, it's tourism in a way, because we're bringing people here. And there's some people that came to set that weren't from here and that want to, like, move here because they didn't realize how beautiful this place was. Yeah. And I think that's a really cool thing about bringing it home and filming it here, because you got like a lot of new eyes on the state, and especially people that want to film there. Like, wait, that's all in Rhode Island? Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
And it'll be nice when the credits roll and it's just filmed on location in Rhode Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get some assistance from the state? Trying to help you out to, guidance, or from our local film industry?
Yeah. I mean, the film commission is a valuable resource that you could call to get, especially permits. Like we filmed in the sand dunes in East Greenwich, which is doubled as Iraq, which you would never know is there. And you to film there legally and not get stopped by police, you have to go through the film commission. And they have a great office over there that you just call them up and they set that up for you. And most of the time, unless it's a private residence, it doesn't cost you anything. It just takes planning and going back and forth and coordinating the setup of it. So we did a lot of that. And if it's like a private residence, it's a little different. But being outside, you don't want to be bothered by police, because it's happened before. Yeah. I mean, we've done things that we just film it and then you get shut down.
Run and gun, I think, is the term.
Yeah. And you don't want to be in that...
Gun and run.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to be in that position when time is of the essence and you have people out of town, and you don't want to get in that sort of trouble.
No, and you always want to have a student intern, so you can say it's a student's firm.
Yes.
They did it.
Then you get away with it. No, you get away with it.
Oh, yeah. And
students don't need to get permits.
Well, that was a cool thing, too. In our production, we roped in a lot of students from colleges across the state, like URI. We got them from New England Tech, RISD, and we call up like the people that are in film classes, and we say, hey, we got a movie if people want to intern on it. And we got a lot of really, really cool production assistants.
Same thing with
those colleges.
The crew. We called up, was it Paul Mitchell School of
Yeah,
Beauty?
Paul Mitchell School
We
of
got
Beauty,
two amazing hair and makeup artists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And it's credits that they can write onto their resume.
Yeah, and this is, and when we finally screen the film on March 5th, these people, it's going to be the first time they get to see their name on the big screen and their work.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a really exciting thing for them too, to be able to like showcase what they do.
Well, it was always my bucket list to be in a show of some sort, and I was in a documentary that, as a school teacher, way off in the distance, so I didn't get the credits, but it's still on the bucket list. Keep me in mind. At some point, guy that passes by in the truck or something,
Hey, you always need people like, I thought of this today. This was kind of funny. One of the funniest things on set to me was we needed a bunch of people for a wedding scene, and the forced wedding scene. And people are showing up, and everybody's showing up to be at this wedding and wedding reception wearing black. And I hear the director say, "Oh my God, they're all showing up like they're going to a funeral, not to a wedding." I literally had to take a dress off I was wearing and put it on somebody so we had some color in the wedding reception.
Yeah, it's a lot of calling in favors too, because especially with it wasn't. I mean, it was low budget as far as feature films go, but it was still a budget, a sizable budget. But for extras and stuff, there wasn't anything for that. So we had to call friends and family and just bring them all in. And that's a fun part of it too, on the producing aspect of it, just making those calls and pulling the favors is always a cool thing, because people want to be involved. It's not even especially if you did that in LA, people would just roll their eyes. But over here, it's whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
So you mentioned a premiere, so you're going to have a premiere, I believe it's March 5th?
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Yes, March 5th at Cinema World is actually interesting because we didn't have a spot for a while. We premiered it out of state a couple times, and I call up Sissy here, and I was like, where do we do this? And she goes, Cinema World. And it's a really cool spot in Lincoln, and we are doing it over there at 3 o'clock. There's a red carpet. And then at 4 p.m. is a screening itself on March 5th.
Yeah. And how do
Which
people
is a Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Yes.
How do people get tickets?
You can get tickets online. There's a link on Eventbrite. You could just type in Poor Paul premiere and it'll come up. But we can provide you the link that you can put.
Great.
The link is right here. Or right there.
Well, and what's next after that?
So what's next after that is we're currently have a couple of distribution offers on the table for this, and we're considering which one's the best one, because we don't want to be in a scenario where we take one that's we've been there before, so we're really vetting these and making sure it's a good fit. Sure. So that's what's happening with this film, and then in the meantime, The Garden of Wonder drops February 22nd. Okay. And we'll provide you a link for that too. But that's pretty much it.
And is there another film being written?
Oh yeah. Always. It's so many things on the back burner. I'm sure she's working on a million things too.
Actually, things are I've got just premieres and shows coming up, but since I swear to you, before I joined the union, all of the gigs were union only. Now I'm in the union. Everything I see out there is non-union. It's crazy, but everything's kind of at a standstill. There's not a lot going on. The only thing that was going on was a micro budget film that was maybe 10-day shoot, if that. I don't know. I don't even think it was that long. And other than that, I mean, nothing's I mentioned. My son works crew, member of IATSE, and there's really not much going on right now. Hopefully things will pick up in March.
So if the Farrelly brothers are watching this, which I'm sure they are, then they want Sissy O'Hara. You're available. Just right to the Rhode Island wave.
Anything for a fellow Rhode Islander.
Oh yeah. No, I think it'll be a really nice night and event for people, especially if they want to get in the film industry, because there's going to be a lot of local artists and musicians and actors and filmmakers there, and from out of town. So it's one of those nights, and it's open to the public, which is a cool thing, because usually these screenings are private, but we're open to people just coming, because that's how I work, just networking. A cold email, you just send it out, and if the people are nice, they'll respond. But that's how I like to work. So if we meet people there that want to get involved with future projects, we're totally Totally
And
open
it's
to it.
much nicer seeing it on the big screen than it will be the.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I see TV now. They're like 50, 60, 70 inches, but
Oh, yeah.
still,
People
it's a
watch
big
them on their
difference.
phone.
That's true.
3x5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, one thing that I don't think we mentioned that needs to be mentioned is some of the actors that came in from LA.
Sure.
I mean, we got some great actors that came in. One in particular, Richard Reilly. Richard has over 700 credits on IMDb.
Wow.
And he's just a masterful actor. And what I really know him from is Of Mice and Men with John Malkovich. He played Cotter, the rotten guy, but he put the dog out of its misery, if you saw it. He's a phenomenal actor. And then we have Abhi's soap opera.
Yeah. Abhi Sinha was in Days of Our Lives. He was in The Social Network, The Conjuring 2. Very, very good actor. And we definitely formed like a lifelong friendship after that movie. Like a lot of these people I knew before, but some of them I didn't. And we're like great friends now. And I think a lot of us kind of bonded over the production of this.
And that seems to be the thing. You see a lot of actors who say, well, I do these independent films because they're different. And it's someone's thinking versus what might be the big masses. And is this a great movie that's going to be 60 million and we're going to get 3 sequels? Where an independent film is someone's thought, someone's heart and soul into it. And it seems like a lot of actors like that, and they bring friends with them of the same mindset. So it's a trend that you're starting, and I really wish you fantastic luck with it. Because I'm sure you'll get a lot of support with the premiere, and it can only help the distribution as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we think it's going to be a pretty easy thing to sell out because we're just a day or two shy of being a month away, and tickets are going really well. So I highly encourage people to get their tickets as soon as they can.
All right.
Yeah, look,
At the link.
At the link.
This right here. One other thing too, that like the local artists that are involved too, like have a big following too. So we have Brian Vincent, who's a local comedian in the area, and he's doing an opening set on the show. He's doing like 5 minutes before the show starts, and he plays a main character in the thing. We have Stephen O'Neill Martin, who's a pretty big actor in the area who does like a lot of stuff, and he was like phenomenal in this film. We got like The Complaints, who's my uncle, who's also did music in the film. I can't say the end part, that the moment, the thing. Okay, you'll see. Just watch the movie.
And you've got a
really cool.
Boston Strangler victim.
Exactly.
What more could you want?
I know.
That's not all I've done. I mean, I've gotten awards and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But that's what you mentioned, and that's what stuck in my head.
I said that before?
Yeah.
You did.
That I got awards?
No, you didn't say that.
No, I didn't think so.
Whoa.
Well, I have.
Put him right here on the screen.
Yeah.
This past October at the Scene Film Festival, its 14th year running, I received the Limelight Award.
Congratulations.
I also won a Woman in Horror Award from another festival. Been nominated several times.
Oh yeah.
See?
We're not messing around here.
Oh,
We're
no.
not. We are not. I told you we're all celebrities.
Oh yeah. No, she's a team player. She's always so fun to work with. Like you never know what you're gonna get with her. Like
I did
and she
wardrobe
changed. Oh
too.
yes.
I
She
did
wardrobe on this.
along
Oh yeah.
a role
Oh
in
yeah.
that one.
That's great. Yeah. It was interesting to float between roles because I was producer, co-writer, and lead actor. So at the beginning, it was the 4 months of pre-production. It was all like producing, and she was doing all wardrobe stuff. And then when we had to go into actor mode, you have to be able to like block out this thing. It's a switch. Because if you start like trying to produce while you're trying to act, it's not good. So you have to really separate the two. And that was an interesting challenge when we made this, that we had to, do these.
Because you're thinking of film time, and there's 17 different takes, and you're thinking, oh my God, this is running so much money, and I'm the producer.
Yeah.
We're wearing so many different hats, just being able to reel it in and focus on that one job at the moment.
Yeah.
And we're good at it.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
We're pretty damn good at it. But yeah, we're really excited for people to finally see this because it's been a year and a half in the making. I guess we shot it in summer of 2021, so it's
during COVID.
And yeah, that was tough too because we had to do all the COVID tests before people start handing out the master temperature readings. So we had to. There's a lot of compliance that we had to do with the acting union.
We got lucky though; nobody tested positive.
No, there was a couple close calls, but we got lucky, but definitely. But that
so
was
15 years from now, when people are watching this interview and they're thinking, "What was COVID?"
Yeah,
that'd be great. Right?
Yeah, exactly. was
Well,
the
guys, I
plague.
wish you a lot of luck. We're big fans.
Thank you.
You're both welcome back anytime. You want to come back and talk about some more roles you're doing, we'd love to have you back.
Thank you. Could I mention one quick thing?
Sure.
Saturday night, February 17th, another short film that we worked on together is going to be at AS220 Black Box, 7 o'clock. It's free. 2 short films are going to be shown.
Okay.
Mrs. Holloway and Mob Ghost.
Yep.
All right.
We didn't have anything to do with Mob Ghost, but we both worked on Mrs. Holloway.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks,
for
guys.
having
Please
us.
come back again. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. Check out our work here. That's pretty cool.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.